All right. By the way, it's been a while, so I guess it's just recap where you're at. I think. Have you played some 1v1s since?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know where you're at right now. Where are you at right now in terms
Mm.
of like how you're feeling and stuff like that?
I feel like my Dark Age got way cleaner,
Okay.
and suddenly I'm losing games early mid imp,
Okay.
and I don't feel great macroing in Castle Age. I don't play too many fancy strategies, and I'm pretty happy with following the meta a bit more, which
Okay.
it takes a bit of the excitement, but I feel like I'm playing a bit more competitively against better players as well.
Yeah, no, that I would definitely say that's a good like step up. I think like sticking to the meta is definitely what you have to be doing, even though like you said it could be a bit boring. Okay, as far as the late imp or early imp, sorry, early mid imp, I think I know the problem. I think it's just because your well, you said your cast stage macro could be improved. We'll take a look at that. But also I think on your way up to imp, what we have to do is add a fourth TC somewhere on the side and look to start expanding our map early. So I think the fourth TC is key. And other than that, I feel like it's just a matter of practice and making sure you have no idols and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think you're definitely missing the fourth TC.
Okay. Yeah, 4CC could be something.
Yeah.
Um, and I always tell myself after the game, but I still didn't get into the habit to just put my army on stand ground, go back, fix all idols, renew lumber camps, and then look at army again. It's more like army, okay, 2 new farms, let's go back to army. And I'm so scared of
Uh,
losing the army or taking a bad fight instead of just fully disengaging.
okay. Yeah. I see the appeal to micro a lot and always have your screen on the army because you're scared of losing it and stuff like that. However, from personal experience, I can say that whenever I'm focusing too much on my military, even me, like if I could say so myself, I'm a fast player. I sometimes can't even keep up with all that's going on. So you have to sacrifice something, and sometimes just pulling the army back is the best thing to do. I guess it comes with practice. Basically, when we're playing, right now, I'll tell you like once in a while if I notice too many idols, instead of fixing them myself, I won't touch anything, and I'll just be like, "Yo, put the army back and fix it. Priority number one," and then hopefully that can get you into the
Yeah.
groove of doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with those 3 points, so let's take them. So the 4 TC, that's point number one. Cast stage macro, and then like fixing idols and pulling back military in him. So those 3 points, let's try and work on them right now. How about
Okay.
that?
Sounds
All right,
good.
sounds good. Yeah, you can launch when you're ready.
You don't want to co-op or?
Oh yeah, my bad. There we go.
How confident are you for your games against Teto?
Against Taro, I think I have my chances, but I have to prepare first before I can say I'm confident. Right now, if we play today, I would get wrecked for sure. Hopefully I can get some practice in on Friday, and then I definitely see him as the favorite. But I think if I play well, I have some chances for sure.
Okay.
Definitely need to work on some of the maps though.
Yeah, there's really tricky ones there.
Agreed.
And I think draft is hyper important.
Yes. And I think I'm pretty good at the draft though.
Oh,
Alright.
that would mean you're the first AM.
Well, I'm the only one still in the tournament, so it might be because of something.
Ah, okay.
Alright, Malay vs Khmer, so quite a favorable matchup. As well, this you should know, but as you go along the Dark Age, just talk me through some of the matchup and some of the strengths your civ has, and when do you have the advantage, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's really good
So,
habits.
obviously, Khmer can do fancy stuff. So, I feel Khmer is something that I want to heavily scout against. So, I
Okay,
would even consider only pushing a deer if I find my HG very early on.
okay.
And passing the second sheep, yeah, beautifully.
Oh, yeah, that was
And
perfect. That was perfect.
Not sure where I want to build my lumber camp though. I think I want to build
Uh,
here, like
I'd build it on
there.
top there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird map, but you can wall this side as well. So let me make sure he's not seeing the X. Oh, he saw those. Okay, whoops. For next time. But yeah, yeah, you can wall that left side, so it's pretty secure.
Yeah. I feel pretty safe as well.
Yeah, okay, so Khmer, scouting, what else? Like, what's the biggest threat? At what point in the game can they beat Malay?
Honestly, most of the time I should be ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe like in late imp if I need to run behind Hussars. That's kind of ugly. But honestly, then I have turned swordsmen and such, so
yeah, it's not too bad.
yeah, I feel pretty fine.
One moment I think about, let me just let you let this bore in. Well, one moment that Khmer can win, in my opinion, is late castle. If you try to click up the imp and they, for example, stay in castle and spam elephants, that could be tricky. But I'm thinking if we keep our map walled and like get a nice economy, there's no way we lose this matchup. Also, what do you think of your map, the gold, for example?
Let me debate the board first.
Do your thing.
Well, the back goal is just incredibly good, right? And even the front goal there is kind of, with my walls there, pretty nice as well. It's kind of trapped, but since I'm a fan of 2 early mining camps anyways.
Mining camps? Yeah, you can do it. Okay, fair enough. Let's start with the back gold, and we'll wall up the map, and then we'll do a second mining camp on the main gold. I don't mind that in this scenario. Cool. Nice, good micro.
Okay, so he's pushing deer. I'm expecting scouts.
Yeah, I agree with that. A small thing, but make sure you keep a couple of villas on the initial boar just to take the meat, so it doesn't just rot there in peace. Yeah. And what's your strategy here? I'm assuming men at arms because of 4 on wood, but with melee it could be kind of tricky.
Yeah, I will play pop 25 minute arms. That's still quite a reasonable build up in my opinion.
Okay.
And yeah, even 5 on berries, second lumber camp. Probably forward there. I didn't scout that properly. I should have sent a scout there earlier.
I think you should send the scout back right now. Like, do one more loop around his base and then go back and scout the corner. That would be perfect right now.
Okay. I think the wall and the top will be quite easy anyways.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, you could already see it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, second lumber camp, yeah, that'd be a good place for it. Nice, good. Alright, this bill has to make the barracks. Go.
Aku penumpang kayu. Swasti. Iya, aku mengumpulkan.
So he has a pretty sexy map.
Yeah, that looks like the second lumber camp, so I think that means scouts. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely scouts, very fast. Don't forget your house. Alright, so now just, yeah, go send your scout to the corner, because you can't really show him your scout, or else he'll kill it, since he's up faster. And aside from that, you're doing pretty good on economy. Yeah, see a couple farms here. And yeah, make sure you have 5 on wood on each lumber camp. You don't need 3 bills on that wall, it's a bit much.
Aku pemangun aku pemangun gedung.
Siap. Aku
cool.
penumpang kayu. Iya. Siap. Aku penumpang kayu. Aku pengerti.
Uh,
Aku penumpang kayu.
All right, I would suggest making one spear before you make
yeah,
an
that's my
arm.
plan.
Yeah,
I was
good.
making wood.
That'd be perfect.
Aku penumpang kayu.
Iya. Iya. Aku pengerti. Mengumpulkan.
And you know what? Finish this wall. Don't leave it walled, because he can just run through the TC. I'm not a fan of this. Just with one villager to finish that wall. Yeah, there he was planning on doing it as well.
Apa syasananya baginda? Maju.
Aku akan merawatnya. Aku akan merawatnya.
Aku pemangun gedung. Angkat senjata.
Aku merawat. Siap. Siap.
All right, nice.
Aku pemangun gedung.
Apa syasananya baginda?
Apa syasananya
Aku
baginda?
Aku penumpang kayu. Merawatnya. Siap.
Iya. Aku pemangun gedung.
Apa
Angkat
syasananya
senjata.
baginda?
Siap. Aku pengerti. Aku pemangun gedung.
Apa
Angkat
syasananya
senjata.
baginda?
Swasti. Aku pemangun
Apa
gedung.
syasananya baginda?
Iya. Maju.
All right, what I want you to do now is go for one range and mass archers slowly, but focus on doing the farms. So every field that comes out now goes to a farm, and with just that one range, just start making archers. You'll need like 4 on gold to do this. So 4 on gold, then just farms.
Iya, aku pengerti.
Aku pengerti.
Biasa
Kuka baginda.
Okay.
angkat senjata. Siap.
Why only one archer range?
Because we want to get the cast stage faster. If you go 2 archer ranges, it will still be fine. But then he can go 1 range skirmishers, and we won't do damage to them anyways, in my opinion. I think it's just better to go for a greedy cast time since we're already fully walled. Makes a lot of sense.
Iya. Aku penumpang.
And if he tries to come put the pressure, well, we have a secure back hold, so it's gonna be very easy to defend.
Aku
Biasa,
mengumpulkan.
Iya, aku pengerti. Maju. Angkat senjata.
Nice, good mic with that spear. Very nicely done.
Apa sasananya baginda?
Iya, aku pemangun gedung.
Alright, notice you have 7 on wood here. Probably don't need that many. Probably just send, like,
Yeah,
maybe-
well,
Angkat
Kuka
senjata.
baginda.
already building farms, but every time I
Varies.
have enough.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Maju.
Okay, you need the house villager, by the way.
Iya. Biasa,
Syasananya
maju.
baginda.
Angkat senjata.
Biasa kuka baginda.
Alright, so he's already made the range transition. So basically, what's gonna happen now is he's gonna want to go aggressive. All we have to do is hold the cast stage, and then at cast stage we should have a really good advantage, and then that's when we win the game.
Pemangun gedung. Iya. Aku pemangun gedung.
Alright, 1 more villager next to gold.
Marwat.
You know, let's do 2 more villas to gold, and then we'll click up, wheelbarrow, then up.
Biasa kuka baginda.
Aku memanen.
There's that 1 scout in your base.
Aku merawatnya.
And don't pay him too much mind, it's not important.
Angkat senjata. Iya. Aku penumpang kayu.
Siap.
Siap. Aku pengerti.
Arms.
Aku marwat.
No blacksmith.
Aku pengerti.
Yeah.
Biasa kuka tapi swasti. Iya. Aku marwat. Maju. Aku pemangun gedung.
Siap. Apa sasananya
Iya.
penumpang
Aku
kayu?
penumpang. Aku penumpang kayu.
Alright, don't forget to keep making archers though, just in case.
Aku pengerti. Apa syasananya?
And now the next step after the blacksmith is to get a 2nd range. No more farms will be seated.
Yes.
Angkat senjata.
Hey, I'm coaching, right?
Yeah.
Iya baginda.
And don't move out your cross, let's just stay back for sure. Alright, so 2nd range should go down now. A couple more villas will go to gold.
Merawatnya. Siap.
In fact, transition to the 2nd mining camp now if you'd like, since that gold at the back is not too good.
Syasananya baginda.
Maju.
Apa
Angkat
syasananya
senjata.
baginda.
Really? You going around like that? I think here is better. Do like that and send them from the TC. Those 2 villas from the top, I'm gonna send them to first gold.
Okay.
It's better like that.
Iya baginda. Apa
There we go.
syasananya baginda.
Alright, 1 more village and then you'll click up and you get a really fast castle time.
Aku memanen.
There you go. So that's why you do one range. So if you made more army, basically what will happen is you move out. He will have skirmishers or some range units. You won't do any damage, and then like nothing gets done. But now you get really fast crossbow.
Aku pemangun
So yeah, don't forget to get your eco upgrades now, and fletching as well. No, no more farms. No more farms. You don't need. Just keep them on wood.
Apa syasananya
Yeah, there we go. Skirmishers. Alright, so now with the archers, no, don't send the archers there, don't send the archers there. With the archers, you know his army is there, or at least some of it, so go sneak around this way. Because you're gonna have castles coming in soon, so you're gonna want, as soon as your upgrades kick in, to be at his base. Your men at arms will be able to defend that, no problem. If you went back there, you'd just be wasting the valuable time. Remember, this is the time where we want to do damage with a fast castle. And the villas that finish the farms, you can just send them to wood.
Apa syasananya baginda?
Oh boy.
It's okay, he will have less military than us, I'm sure. No upgrades on the scouts. He has upgrades on the archers though, so you have to be careful with that. Or skirmishers.
Okay, I went for ballistics now.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, well, it feels like a stable would have been better.
Perhaps, but since you already committed to ballistics, just keep it. And with the archers trying to do damage to his wood line, and maybe later to counter the scrims, we'll add in either stable or siege workshop, and we'll be just fine. Next important thing is the wood upgrade, and then ballistics, of course. The score is even only because I think he scouted more. He went for scouts opening, but other than that, I think you're ahead in economy. But with your archers, you can really be sneaking around, because you're not really scared of him attacking you. Skirmishers won't do anything to your base. Yeah, you just go around and try to attack him. If anything, you can get Town Watch just to see a little bit more. It could help out a lot. Alright, those villas on the farms, you can just send them to wood when they run out. Alright, cool. So with ballistics coming in, you have a really big raid power. Yeah, that's a good place to go, TC. Even if his scrims show up, you could trade some for some villagers. It would be worth it. Okay, no, he saw it.
Well, I'm going in.
Yeah, yeah, keep going, keep going.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, and just run. He doesn't have ballistics, so you can just run. And meanwhile, while his army's at his home, take the time and get a siege workshop on the hill, for example. Could be really beneficial for you.
Okay, I would have added it to C now.
Yeah, or a TC, up to you. Siege workshop to counter skirmishes is a good option though as well. Yeah, in fact, I really like the siege workshop. It's gonna be great on that hill. It's a game-winning move. And just buy time now with the archers. You don't need to go in. You just run around the map. Alright, now you can think of some TC spots. Your map is really hilly, but TC's on this side, and here could be great. Okay. Nice. Alright, he's up on 3 TC as well, so you definitely need to get your 3rd TC soon. With the Mangonel, you're going to have a lot of good pressure though, so don't be afraid to really put the pressure when it comes out. And good raid with the crossbows on the side. Your economy is much better than him right now. Yeah, he's there with the skirms, so you can just run away. Good. Nice, I like that you went around actually, that's really good. And yeah, with these mangonels, this is great. Don't make any more mangonels though, the next one will be TC, the next objective.
Yasa sananya baginda. Angkat senjata.
Yeah, with those two mangonels, look to pressure that TC on the front.
Yasa sananya maju.
Yeah, use that small hill and kill that TC on the front. It's gonna be very easy for you to do.
Yasa baginda.
And meanwhile at home, get that third TC now.
Aku akan merawat. Yasa sananya baginda. Angkat senjata.
Alright, you can consider adding even more forward buildings, so a monastery forward to pick up some relics and get some monks could be a good addition as well. Nice at that ground, that's really good. Careful. Nice, good attack ground. See, in this kind of moments, this is when micro is good, and even if you have idols at home, I didn't care about them because you're doing really good damage with the micro. So this is one of those cases where microing is better than macroing your economy and stuff like that. Alright, this is when that monastery would help out. Those elephants could be quite tricky. Alright, and this is also a great time to start mining some stone as well. But the rest of the game you're doing very well in.
Iya, aku pamar baik.
Aku pemangun gedung. Aku pemangun gedung. Iya, angkat senjata. Aku pengerti.
Apa sasaran pamar baik?
Yasaku angkat senjata. Aku pengerti. Angkat senjata. Baginda. Aku merawat. Apa syasananya Baginda?
By the way, those raids on the side with Expo, very nice. It's pretty much worth it every time you get there. Alright, so now you're starting to think of an imp. Keep making villages until your food rises like 700, 800, and then you can just cancel them all and go imp. Nice.
Angkat senjata. Yasaku Baginda.
Aku pamar baik. Aku pengerti.
Yep, go for the imp now. And yeah, since we're mining some stone, we'll have a time for a castle soon. Could definitely use like a market for now though.
Angkat senjata. Aku merawat. Aku pengerti.
Alright, cool. So now, while you click imp, you can take this time to reposition. I'm gonna just pull all your army back to that hill, and then take the time to reposition it. Get relics, fix all the idols. This is a good time to do it. Fix your economy. You just clicked up to imp, and you don't need to force any more fights anymore. And yeah, he's calling it GG. Alright, well played. Let's talk about the last game, the whole game, but let's especially start at this last moment. So you understand why we pulled back the army now, like, and why not before?
Yeah, well, I'm imp in a minute to get Bracer and Arbalest. So
Yeah,
that's
okay,
just preserving my army is so much better.
Exactly. So the idea is we fight while it's worth it, while we're getting like good trades off. But then as soon as like we can just take a moment to relax because it's better to conserve our army. This is the time where you go fix your economy. So like I said before, you had a lot of idols when you're doing the Maginot trade, but I didn't say anything because obviously it's very worth it. You know, you're getting good Maginot trades and you're putting in the pressure. But now, like once you don't need to trade anymore, definitely take the time to fix your economy. So that's like one thing you can keep in mind.
Don't you think that with his map, he should have played a Castle Age all in?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And even with the Civ matchup, the only way he wins is if he overruns you with elephants somehow in the late Castle Age, elephant skirmish or something like that. But I think overall that siege workshop on the hill made any form of aggression from him impossible, because that gives you not only a lot of vision, but also it gives you the opportunity to get siege out on a hill. So if you're ever pushing across the map with skirmishes, you will have the answers to that. So definitely siege workshop on the hill was the securing move here, I think. All right. Anything you could have done better, like both mechanically and strategy-wise?
My like minute 11 felt really hectic. Like walling with 4 villagers there. Yeah, I think a greedy guy might just slip through there and get 3 scouts in.
Yeah. Well, basically, what I would recommend, like you were gonna leave it open a little bit, and I never recommend that because the scouts, like you said, will just run it every time. If you want to avoid like how hectic it was at minute 11, just start the wall a little bit earlier. Like since melee, when you click up, normally after you click up, that's when you start walling. With other sys, but with melee, you can start walling in Dark Age. Remember, you have more villagers, so take like 1 or 2 of them and start walling earlier, just to not have that, like you said, hectic. All at once. You're trying to get men armor upgrade, defend from scouts, and wall the map. Just wall 1 minute earlier will help
I
a
was a
lot.
bit surprised by his uptime. Did he play pop 20?
He played 20 pop scouts, and then I think he went for or actually it might have even been 19. I think it was 19 pop actually. In any case though, I think he went 19 pop scouts, yeah, and then he went few skirmishers and then clicked up. So he had good uptimes for both feudal and castle.
No.
Okay, just thinking about how that game went. So Melee is a bit of a weird civ, but with a regular civ, when we're clicking up to Imp, what we do is add a 4th TC. With Melee, since we're going up like really, really fast, generally we don't have the economy for it. But yeah, when you click up to Imp, we want to add a 4th TC on the side. So what this does, it helps you get more villagers, so it gives you that economy for that early Imp, or mid Imp. And also it gets you more maps. So if you're getting pushed through your main base, you have at least have one TC further away to get you some gold or some wood or whatever.
No.
All right, let's go for this next game here. Unless you have any more comments about the first one.
30C placement didn't feel great, but kind of still the best spot, right?
Yeah, I think you did. Like the thing is, your map was very hilly, and there was no option on the other side of the map. So on like the right side, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing 2 TCs there, although it looks weird, it's like the best option.
Okay.
All right, good stuff.
I'm not reading chat, guys. After the full session, I will read chat and answer some questions. Hope you're still enjoying it and we are talkative enough.
Also, let's talk a little bit about the one range thing. So, did you see how fast you got your uptime though? Like even without melee, you would click up like 22 minute or 21:30. With melee, it was like 20:45. And the reason it's good is because if you went 2 ranges there, you'll have archers, but the problem is one range skirmishers will defend it so easily, and he's already walled. So, it's not really that great to do 2 ranges sometimes, especially if you're fully walled.
Okay. When do we go to Rangers then?
You go to ranges when you both do men at arms and the game is like open, so you have chance to do damage. Or if you have more army, you could actually pressure.
Okay, okay.
But if it's like scouts wall, like a little bit of army, you don't want to do 2 ranges. It just slows you down for nothing.
Okay, okay.
Oh, Chinese. Ooh, Chinese vs Aztecs. This is nice. The tournament matchup. I like that. No, seven to sheep, 7 to sheep. With Chinese, you go 7 to sheep.
I think my start was clean enough. I know that most of the time I send 7, but
I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it.
so obviously very compact map. Gold seems to be solid to wall off there. Left hand side, something I will somewhat give up. Actually, that's not the best woodline now.
Yeah, that the oasis in it kind of screws it up. But you have a decent woodline to the left as well, near the berries. So that could be your both woodlines. And as far as walling, your map is very, very nice. Only thing I will point out though is, let me just take off his X. This hill in the front, that is going to be the one you want to take control of. So maybe barracks and stable go there, for example. Really good. But yeah, you see how even with a clean start, you will need that 7th on sheep. It's too important. Or else you have a few seconds out of time for sure. Alright, so with your sheep, just go ahead and scout the rest of the map. So like here, and yeah, you should be good. You know pretty much everything. You can go ahead and lure deer now, or scout for your opponent.
Yeah, I think I
whichever is
can
easier.
easily push one.
Yeah, I'm down as well.
Did you just click the scout?
No, I didn't touch anything.
Trying to justify my bad deer pushing.
Alright, give it one more try, but at that point it's just not worth it. Just go scout your opponent.
Yeah, well, I already accepted that I will only push it to the berries anyways.
Okay.
Maybe if I... they're not even bugging around.
There we go, that's a good one. It's promising.
I have to open Men at Arms, right? I forgot about that.
Yeah, versus Aztecs. I mean, you don't have to, just because your map is really compact. You could actually go for that scout opening. Just make sure your map is very walled, like right away. I would even say if you want to go for some scouts, it's fine. Just make sure you wall so that you don't have to fight men at arms, basically. But if you want to go men at arms, definitely better.
So he's pushing deer as well. You know
Yeah,
that.
just my score.
Not that much food.
Berry, one food. Okay, that's unlucky, but the uptime is still a regular 22 pop, so you're one vill up. Make sure not to lose HP in your scout to villagers or the TC, because that would be very important. Okay, cool. So now let's try and find his resources and also his barracks to see what he's up to. It's pretty clear he's not going to go for Drush because his score would be much higher. Definitely can still make use of that deer, by the way. It still has like 40 food in it. One villager. Alright, now fix your economy. So 2 more villas to that second lumber camp. And you can definitely see a couple more farms as well. Yeah, he's definitely going men at arms. Alright, so now with your scout, try to find his eagle. That's how you play against Mezzo. In fact, you've already found it on the front there. Try to hunt it down. That's what you have to be looking for. We might be forced to make, yeah, 4th militia. Yeah, it's good that you're making it. Just because there's Aztecs, they can usually do 4 as well. And you definitely need a house as well. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So now you found his eagle. That means automatically you win the men-at-arm war. His economy will be slightly better behind it, most likely, because he's Aztecs, but it's still the best thing you can have. Very nice. Alright. So you don't have the men-at-arm upgrade yet, but he doesn't have his eagle, and he's going back with his men-at-arms.
Oh, is he?
Try
I
to,
didn't see those.
yeah,
Okay.
try to hit his base now. Like, don't take the fight. Try to hit his villagers if you can. Since you're safe at home, you're walled. You don't need to actually trade versus his men-at-arms. Yeah, just back off. Attack somewhere else. Attack somewhere else. Don't get in vision with him. Okay. Yeah, you can literally go all the way around, by the way. It'd be worth it. Yeah, and at home just chill with archers and you're fully walled, so you're not really scared of anything. He's keeping track of you very nicely here. Keep trying it though, keep trying to go around. Because even if you get to one villager with those militia, it's better than trading versus men-at-arms. Cool. Definitely need that wood upgrade next. This is good. Keep moving around. This is great. This is great. Very nice. So it took a long time, but it paid off. Hopefully you get a villager. That guy will die. Perfect, that's one. And it's a lot of damage. So now at home you can pretty much stop micromanaging those men-at-arms and you can focus on your own economy. Make sure that's going nicely.
Downhill hit?
Yeah. Alright. So there you go. A good decision there. You got us 2 villagers. And if you're moving out with your army, you definitely need the blacksmith very fast. So make sure you drop down fast. Get fletching.
Villager! Bugged!
Unlucky it happens. But yeah, the idea was great there to loop around. And you definitely need some more villas onto gold now.
Yeah.
I noticed you send like 5 to berries. I'm not a huge fan of that. If that's your style, that's fine, but honestly it makes it a little bit messy.
It was special. I think here it was just a walling villager getting another task.
Okay, fair enough. Damage. Don't fight downhill here. No point. Just run away. Remember, you took 2 vills from him, so you have automatically a better economy. As long as you don't throw away some army, you'll be just fine. Nice. Yeah, it's a good time to pull back. Don't make the game harder for yourself. Don't have to micro uphill.
I have fletching, he doesn't, right?
No, he has fletching. He has fletching.
Okay.
Yeah. If you really want to continue putting the pressure, you should do the same thing. Try and sneak around again. Hit his gold. Remember, you're fully walled. You can take complete advantage of his open map now. And keep sneaking around. Take favorable fights. Don't try and fight
I
where
think I have the army advantage there, don't you think so?
You can try if you want to try.
Especially with skirms.
That was good. Well played with the micro there. He's playing pretty well. Okay, you clear up the castle. It wasn't bad, but I honestly think you could have gotten way more.
This is my idea where I would add 2 stables now.
Too stable?
Yeah.
You wait, hold on. You want to add 2 stable or 2 mining camp?
2 stable.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. So go for that 1 TC build? Yeah, sure. I like that, definitely. It's amazing versus Mezzo as well. They actually can't really do much against it. Keep massing archers for now though. So you can do like crossbows. Do you want to do crossbow and stable or just stables? It's up to you.
I think I have enough on gold, right?
Yeah, so I think you can do both. So you make like a few more crossbows, and then when you're halfway up the castle, you can just stop production.
Plus
But
1
make sure you
defense?
conserve your army.
I think I can do all upgrades, right, with Chinese.
Not defense, not defense. You don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you have army advantage, it doesn't give you any value. He's not going to be shooting your crossbows most of the time. He's going to be shooting your knights. Alright, good stuff. Alright, so if you want to do this, make sure to pull villas off of wood. So these 2 villas make 2 farms, and then that way you have enough food to actually afford the knights. So yeah, keep pulling off wood as long as you can afford it. He's at the castle age faster, but he'll have much less economy, much less army, and a weaker economy as well.
I think I will just attack him to keep him honest. I don't
Yeah,
really see
that's true.
myself doing any damage there. Huh?
Right. Alright, so now you stop archer production, go for pure knights, and the next step is to get the +2 armor on the knights. Town Watch is great right now as well. It just gives you more vision, so if his crossbows sneak around you, you can see them. In fact, right there they are. And yeah, you can trap his army and kill him, and he's lost the game.
I think I can already win this, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just make sure you take the best fight you can. There you go, because you have more army, so you dictate which fight you take. Yeah, perfect. Well done. Nice, good job bringing it back. Well played. Alright, so now you can go straight down the monastery to heal up your knights, and also +2 and straight across the map. Right now you win the game for sure. Now you take any fight you can get. He will not have the numbers to defend you. Also, just quickly double check your idols. Small thing, but adds up. The villas that come out of TC can go to gold, by the way. You'll need as much gold as you can get. Okay, he's trying to do eagles and defend. He has got quite a bit of army, but once you get +2 armor and a few more knights, you'll be able to take that fight for sure. Good. Alright, it's important you conserve the range units though, because you need those to snipe the monks.
Should I run around now and take the hill? Oh, sorry.
I think you can just steamroll through it once you mass a few more knights. So just back up for now, don't lose the range units. Go for our attack upgrade on the knights and keep massing them. In about 2 minutes you'll be able to overrun him and then you can take the fight. For now, do the same thing. Yeah, keep killing the blacksmith, kill the farm villas, but don't commit to anything just yet.
How much does Elite Skirm add in this scenario? I have a lot of
Nothing.
skirms. Okay.
Nothing. Not worth the investment. Definitely just more knights. Even third stable would be best right now. You could add economy, but I think with the forward position and his gold on the hill, 1 TC play is the way to go. Again, keep adding. You're not at a loss doing this, just stalling the game. You can be a bit more aggressive with the crossbows on this side, by the way. Because he's camping his hill, right? So you don't have to fight there, you can just fight on another side. And that takes him out of his comfort zone a little bit. So yeah, just walk to that right side, snipe those farm villagers, and micro away from his army. Alright, so All right. Okay, well, let's go take a fight. But before we take the fight, mass from all stables. Mass from all stables, and then run in and take the fight. So make sure you're reproducing. All right, go ahead and take the fights. And then micro the army and patrol the knights. That's the best way to do it. There we go. Perfect. There you go. It's that simple. And now the more knights that flood in, you can just keep flooding in. More stables could be added, definitely. I should add that third stable from before, by the way. Yeah, he's completely dead now. There's nothing you can do. GG. Okay, so that's good. So I think the decision to add 2 stables that came from you, so that's really good. So you recognize that you could add that stable transition, stay on 1TC, and actually end the game really fast. I wish you committed a little bit more to it. So notice how we're still floating a little bit of resources. I know now that the game ended, it's not the best display of it, but we were floating like 300 food and gold the whole time. Definitely should add more upgrades. If our plan is 1TC, we really should commit to it. So I would like to see like a third stable, forward siege, anything to really accompany it. But you did what you have to do, and I think the decision to go for the stable switch is what won you the game.
I'm really surprised that he, like, I think he needs to maybe play for wall and eagles.
Nah, but he loses anyways. After you got the 2 vills from the men at arm, even 2k4 players lose to this for sure. Like the thing is, think about the meta now is if you wall and you don't take damage and you do damage to your opponent, if he's still open, you will for sure be able to kill him in castle. That's just how it goes. So, like even if you walled up, you would be able to break with crossbows and knights. It's really the 2 big moves was to do the men at arm transition or the men at arm sneak around, I guess you can say, killing 2 villagers, damaging his economy, and then going for a knight switch. His one big mistake is losing those crossbows when he went forward. That was his one big mistake. Other than that, there's not much he could do to stop this. He would have to get lucky siege shots, for example, like go monk siege defense. Something MBL might try, and survive, but he tried ATCs, he will for sure lose.
MBL will play Monk Skirm Tower.
Yeah, and he would hold versus this, but the thing is, MBL is top player. Like he is top 4, top 5. There's not a lot of people that could he is really good at defense, I will admit, but there's not a lot of people who can do what he does to defend this. But yeah, well played, well played.
Okay, then let's do the last one.
Yep. Alright, so I think the thing with these games is that Skoko hasn't really been pressuring us much, so we're able to get the walls up nice and early. And I think your problems start to happen when you get pressured. So I'm hoping this game he tries to play a bit more aggressive. But yeah, so far it's been pretty clean. I noticed once you're able to get the walls up and macro at home and then micro at his base, you tend to do pretty well. I think your problem is really on the defense from what I've seen so far in the past coaching sessions as well.
Okay. Well, maybe we can get someone to play me next.
Yeah, we can see you find a more aggressive player, that's for sure. But he got Koreans this time. Koreans was Byzantine, so he might try and power you.
Okay. I think that's actually potentially should be safe. Because Koreans will change heavily for DE as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't really keep a good eye on DE, to be honest. I don't know what's coming there.
Yeah, so like he will play a civilization that won't exist basically in the future. Ah, that wasn't a great lemon camp there.
Yeah, not the best. It's okay though. It's not a big deal.
So I play Man at Arms as well. Simply not because I like it with Byzantines, but because I think it makes a lot of sense against potential trash.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think Man at Arms is good. I don't mind the Scout opening as well. That deer was unlucky. That feels bad. I don't mind Scouts opening as well versus Trush, but Man at Arms makes the most sense here, I think. Especially with your map. Also, I'm noticing your map is quite exposed, so why don't we try, since we get free Town Watch with Byzantine, let's try to play this one fully open, and we'll just try and use Scouting to dictate what we have to do. So like a lot of vision, like outposts and stuff like that, instead of walls. Good.
Did you ever consider doing the ball lure like yo?
With the TC, you mean, like
Yeah.
shooting the boar?
Yeah.
I messed around with it like once, like for a week. I tried to like master it, but what I realized is it's too big a risk for what reward you get, so I decided to stop doing it. But I would still pull it off on maps like Nomad, for example,
Well,
like with the early villages. I mean,
yeah. Oh, okay. Messed up. Oh no, he's one there. She's there. Okay. Thought I forgot the house.
yeah, all good, all good.
Brain fart.
Build is really good, by the way. I think it's safe to say that you've pretty much mastered this men at arm build, which is nice.
Mastered.
Yeah, pretty good.
Hello. Pretty bad that we didn't even scout our second stone.
I don't think it really matters too much. I mean, only if he goes forward, but I think if he does go forward, we want to protect our main stone as well. Okay, both you guys eating a little bit of TC there. Perfect. Alright, so now you really have to make sure he's not going to tower rush you, or if he is going to tower rush you, you have to really scout it. Yeah, I was just going to suggest that, so that's perfect. Get some palace out of stone. He had a lot of vills under his TC there, so that tells me he's not going to tower rush. And then obviously keeping on the stone is definitely the way to go. Okay, perfect. So it looks like a drush or men at arms. Nope, men at arms. Okay, cool. So men at arms for both players, and yeah, like I said, let's try to play this one without walls, or without too many walls, because our map is quite open. Good stuff. Alright, your scout should be going back now to try and group up with your men at arms. He's making 4, you can match that if you want. Make a 4th one, just to play it safe. And he has a bit more scout HP, so on paper he should win these engagements. Cool. Why don't we transition into skirmishers as well? one range skirmishers just to make use of that Byzantine bonus. So what you could do is take one vill off gold, send him to wood, and or even both vills. No, just one vill. Send him to wood, and then we'll make a one range skirm transition as well. Right, nice. So notice how Town Watch now you can see exactly what he's doing. So let him do his stuff. Let him loop around. Don't actually make skirms yet. Don't make skirms. Focus on farming for a little bit and getting the wood upgrade first, and then we'll make some skirmishes. We don't need to make them right away. Alright, cool. You have one tile. Yeah. Okay. Nice. There. Wait, with the engagement, don't take that one. Nice. Alright, so now you have the archer in. Perfect stuff. Like I said, we'll get the wood upgrade now, and then we'll start making the skirms after that. Yeah. Cool. Good. Okay, that's a good engagement. That's fine. Trade evenly. Conserve your archer. Nice. Should be a blacksmith, by the way. Okay, that's okay. I already started building it. When you go for skirmishes, you stay one range and get a blacksmith first. But that's alright. And definitely need the wood upgrade before we make too many skirmishes. There we go. Really, really important, that one. On this side, okay, yeah, you can wall that. I was gonna say instead of walling it, we can do an outpost, but it's not that bad if you want to wall it. It's fine as well. Alrighty, so now you're making a few skirmishes, you can start transitioning some villas onto gold. Keep making skirmishes for the time being, up to like 8-10 skirmishes, and then you can start making some crossbows. Be a good thing to do. But you should definitely be aggressive with the cheaper skirmishes, especially. Nice.
Should we have done the farm upgrade?
I was gonna say to go for it, but I don't think you need it because we'll transition to crossbow and castlage anyway. If you want to do like if you're doing this with a civ, like let's say I don't know, it's a good example. Malians that have bloodlines, for example, then yeah, maybe farm upgrade and then transition to scouts later could be a good idea. But now we'll still want the faster castle time, so it's not a big deal. All right, definitely transition more vills to gold now from the TC, so you can slowly work your way up to 7 there, and then slowly we'll start adding in some more archers now as well. Right. He's trying to fight you, he has no fletching, and he's downhill. Not ideal for him. Alright, now that you see him still at home, at his base, you can send those army that you have at home to his base, and you can start pressuring him. He's only on one range, so you have full map control now. So the army that comes out now goes straight to his base for a while, and you could even consider sending a vill to tower that one wood that he has. He's even building a second lumber camp there, so that could be a good decision to make. 1-2 vills tower that wood. Yeah, and just harassing with some skirmishes on the outside is great as well. So yeah, keep pumping out army, mix of archers and skirmishers, and then wheelbarrow. Yeah, you're already getting it. Perfect stuff. Okay. Okay, he's trying to fight you. He's got majority archers, so what you can do is pull the skirms back, get archer armor on them. It works really good against archers, as you know. And that's why he will not be able to contest you anymore. Alright, idle TC. Definitely want to fix that. Make pure skirmishes now, by the way. You don't need to switch too many archers, since he added the second range. By the way, keep in mind Korean villagers will see you if you try to make the tower too close. So try to make it like on the that spot at the top of the hill would be the best thing. And yeah, see, that's why I had to transition earlier onto gold, because then now you're having some problems clicking up.
Yeah, you said archer mix.
Yeah,
I would have
archer
said
mix.
only skirms now.
Well, archer mix would have been good if you just sent all the vills to gold, and you only sent a few. That's why. So you kind of did half of both strategies. Didn't work out. Good to good tower. I don't think he will be able to see that. I'm not sure though. It's hard to calculate. Okay, he's up to castle age. So make sure that tower goes up. Okay, he did a defensive tower. That was really well played from him. Alright, and it's not that bad. He's still on the defensive here. And you can just stay full skirmishers. Alright, now at home get the horse color, and most of the villas will go to wood now. He doesn't have vodka in there. Okay, no, he has it. Never mind. Alright, in Castlage, you want to get your university down right away after the elite skirmisher upgrade. Because you don't have enough stone for a TC. And you want to get all the upgrades. Looks like he has ballistics as well. Oh, he's got ballistics. Go forward, attack him. And then split away.
Why are we attacking?
Attack and split away.
But that makes
Split.
0 sense. Why are we attacking them?
No, it makes sense, Just poorly executed. No, split away like this.
Why didn't we just wait for the upgrade?
Because then he'll run in and he'll kill, you have to idle a lot of villagers. All you have to do is hit him and then split away, and it's really easy.
I don't get that.
See, this would have happened as well if we run away. It doesn't change anything. Okay, let's resign, but...
Huh? Why?
Okay, let's go into a scenario. I'll show you. You take crossbows, I'll take skirmishers, and I'll show you how to micro it. All you have to do is stall time. He will kill maybe 2 units, but no way he should kill your whole army there.
Yeah, but like, didn't you? It felt like you wanted me to engage there.
No. Okay, so
Yeah, but
we both agree we have to buy some time, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
obviously, if he can run in like that, he will win the game regardless if we have skirmishers under a TC or not. My plan, or what I suggested, was don't let him just run in at you like that. Skirmishers can still kill archers, so kill crossbows. So you run in, you shoot, and then you split away to dodge ballistics. I'll show you how to do it. Let's go into
yeah,
scenario.
I know what you mean. I know how to do it. It just felt like you wanted me to engage there, which felt super weird.
No. I just said fight him like so he's not just running straight at you, because he was running directly at you.
Okay.
I still think I
So
still
it
think we
was
should
just
go.
a miscommunication.
You should have done that throughout the whole map, by the way. Like you see how he's running from his base to your base. All you have to do is turn back. If he's running straight at you, turn back, shoot once, and he'll walk back. So that buys you an extra 2 seconds.
Yeah, probably.
Impero, impero.
All right, let's GB and let's do that actually. So I think Skoko's done. Let's go into like any scenario or whatever. Maybe even just deathmatch, starting from Castle Age. You get ballistics. I'll stay with just skirmishers, and then you'll run at me, and I'll try and buy time basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just like I was very sure you'd said I should have engaged.
No, but you should have done that the whole way through the map, is what I'm saying. Because it was very clear you're in a good position. All you have to do is buy some time. He went all into army there. He did a tower at home and he did ballistics, so he had no economy pretty much.
Yeah.
And so all you have to do is, as he's running across the map, you like turn back, hit him once, and then split away when he has ballistics.
Yeah.
Instead, we ran away the whole time pretty much, and we didn't buy any time.
Yeah. I only did
Okay,
that
well,
slightly.
it's up to you. But if you're still not sure about anything, like I can show you in a scenario how much time you can buy with the skirm micro there.
I know. I trust you.
Okay, cool. All right, so I guess we look for another opponent. Do you have more time in your on your hand? We do like another 50 minutes.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It depends on like how much time you have, or
I can probably do another 50 minutes, another 1 or 2 games, no problem. And I'm
Okay, cool.
seeing Rob Burke in game 199. He might want to. That's a good opponent.
where 189.
199.
Okay.
Let's join.
Heyo, can I play while Hera coaches me? Would be rate off. Okay, he isn't the talkative guy.
Yeah, looks like he didn't care. I'm gonna join the game anyway, and we could ask him inside.
Yeah. Maybe I should have just paused last game.
Yeah, just to talk about it, because it went downhill real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was expecting one thing, and then you were thinking another thing, so it just went downhill.
Yeah. Can I play while Hera coaches me? That would mean it's unrated.
Alright, cool. He's fine with it.
Sweet. Thanks. Hidden Cup. That's actually a good map for me.
I don't mind that one. My favorite is ECL Arabia personally, but
Oh, difficulty hard. He wants to play full macro game.
what do you mean, Civ? I'm fine. Oh, I'm on random.
For me, it's random, yeah. Weird.
I'll just be ready.
Okay, so this most of the time will be a very defensive game.
Yeah, with this map, definitely. This player is pretty good, 2k2, so definitely I think a bit stronger than Skoko, so we have to be careful from that. So, other than that, it should be okay. My resolution's fucked. In fact, my whole game is fucked. Yeah, my whole game is fucked actually. I can't see anything.
Okay, the question is, do you want to watch my stream now, or do you...
Yeah, I think I'll leave it as is. I won't touch anything. Like, I won't even close, and then I'll just watch the stream. How about that?
Okay.
What's the delay on it, roughly?
Yeah, I would say 8 to 10 seconds. You can
Okay,
test
that's no
it,
problem.
right? You can say something and listen to the stream.
Oh yeah, well,
The other
something.
one could judge it the best, probably.
Yeah, it's about 8 seconds. Okay. Alright. Well, that's not too bad. Do we have Magyars? What's the Civ?
We don't know yet. Melee.
Okay, cool. Magyar melee. So yeah, just think about the civs and the map once you scouted more. And I think if you think about like where our advantage comes from, definitely have to make some sort of stable units to make use of the attack upgrade. And I think yeah, scout opening is pretty good against melee, so that could be a pretty good idea.
Why is that?
Well, because they get off to a really slow start, so if they go men-at-arms, they generally don't go really fast with men-at-arms. And then the other options is like Drush or just archers, and scouts is good against any of those.
Okay. failed a bit.
Gyűjtögetek.
Igen.
Igenis. Vadász.
Parancs. Gyűjtögetek.
Szolgálatára. Megyek.
Gyűjtögetek. Vadász.
Építkezek.
Vadászok.
Igen, megyek. Vadász.
Parancs. Vadász.
Why do I want my mill here? Far away?
Vadász. Vadász. Vadász.
Now you don't feel as involved. Should we save and try?
Azonnal.
No, it's okay. Sorry, I was just responding to someone on Discord. That's why I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
It was just the Dark Age. Yeah, that mill is fine. That's no problem.
Jó napot. Vadászok.
I should be able to coach from
Szolgálat. Megyek.
here though. It's gonna be fine.
Értettem.
Vadász. 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 Gyűjtögetek.
Parancs. Azonnal.
Alright, so I'm noticing your map only has one wood on it, which isn't too bad. You'll have 2 lumber camps, but you have to just be careful not to get pushed off it for whatever reason. Like I said, it should be fine, but it's something to keep in mind as well.
Építkezek. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára.
Vadász.
Szolgálatára.
And what's your plan finally? Is it to go scouts?
Scouts, yeah.
Vadász.
Okay, cool.
Építkezek.
Gyűjtögetek.
Igenis. Jó napot. Megy. Vadász.
Parancs. Parancs.
Parancs.
Jó napot. Fát vágok.
Fát vágok. Parancs. Fát. Igen. Értettem. Építkezek.
Gyűjtögetek.
Azonnal.
Megyek. Építkezek.
Nice try there, the wall.
Fát vágok.
Nice try. I respect it. By the way, you don't have a delete hotkey?
Gyűjtögetek.
I do. I'm just scared of using it.
Vadászok.
Oh, okay.
Szolgálatára.
Well,
Gyűjtögetek.
I know what could happen. It's happened to me a few times.
Okay, so it looks like he has a very compact map.
Yeah.
Will make it tricky for
Fát
us.
vágok.
Well, your scouting is not that great of his base, to be honest. You could definitely scout a lot more so far. Like,
Well,
of his map.
he's like everything is like super compact there. He's surrounded
Yeah,
by
yeah.
a huge wood line.
Jó napot. Fát vágok.
All right. So, what are you thinking? You want to make the scout transition, or why don't you just wait a little bit in feudal and maybe make a range transition? If you open skirmishers, for example, it's not a bad opening.
Okay.
You can do 1 range skirmishers if you're not comfortable going scouts. But even scouts, just to clear up the men at arms, for example, the militia is a good play as well. It's not a bad idea.
Okay. I think he would be out by now.
Yeah, if it was a drush, it'd be out. Yeah. So this is men at arms, I believe.
Yeah.
Or a fake drush, which I don't think people do these days. Okay. Well, it's actually looking like a drush, to be honest. I don't think Malay can get men at arms that fast. Oh, never mind. Okay, but his economy will be really bad if he's doing it like this.
Gyűjtögetek.
Alright, so why don't you wall that right side, the forest from that forest to the house, just so he doesn't sneak in there, and then the rest of your map is pretty compact. And then he can't really do any damage with the men at arms after this, so you're pretty fine just to chill at home, make some scouts.
Fát vágok. Azonnal.
Don't forget the houses as well.
Azonnal.
Értettem. Fát vágok.
Igen. Építkezek.
Didn't I build a house somewhere?
Építkezek.
Seems not.
Seems not.
Okay, his men at arms are going around here, so you're pretty much fine.
Igen. Fát vágok.
Igenis. Építkezek.
What you could do as well, if you don't want to fight his men at arms, wall up. Wall up from your that wood to the stable, and then with your scouts. Once you secure that area, you can actually go attack with your scouts.
Megyek.
But make sure you get the wall up first.
Igen, megyek.
Make sure he's not able to get in there.
Igen, átvágó.
Igen, építkezek. Igen, azonnal. Azonnal. Értettem.
Yeah, if it's looking sketchy, just bring the scouts back, no problem.
Igen, építkezek. Igen, megyek, azonnal. Fát vágok.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Megyek, fát vágok.
Fát vágó. Építkezek.
Igen, építkezek. Azonnal. Építkezek.
Okay, nice. So that was really messy for some reason. Like I said, you just kind of panic when there's army in your base.
Építkezek.
Something that has to get fixed.
Gyűjtögetek. Építkezek. Gyűjtögetek.
Építkezek.
Igen, építkezek.
The walls did go up.
Javítok.
Igen. Fát vágó.
Yeah, I simply don't like scouts defense against men at arm openings. But yeah,
Gyűjtögetek.
something I need to work on for sure.
Yeah, it's really not that hard to be honest. All you have to do is wall up. If you can't do it quick wall, just do preemptive wall. It's just fine.
Yeah, they were just late.
Szolgálatára.
Alright, if he's fully walled, you can bring your scouts back, clear it up, and just make sure you're not making any more scouts because they will be useless.
Yeah,
Igen, fát vágok.
Parancs. Fát vágó. Igen. Fát vágó. Bányászok. Igen. Építkezek.
Fát
Cool. So now you gotta consider whether you want to make a archer transition or a scrum transition, or if you want to just maybe tower until you get able to get knights. I'm not sure what he's doing, so you have to make sure to scout him first, and then after that we can make a decision. He could even just be going for walls into like fast castle behind this, honestly.
we know what he's doing now.
építkezek.
Oh, he's doing archers. Oof. Yeah, definitely tower into one range skirmisher defense will be the way to go.
Építkezek. Igen. Építkezek. Építkezek. Bányászok.
Bányászok.
Építkezek. Építkezek. Bányászok.
Alright.
Építkezek. Építkezek.
Okay, so now it's the same situation. Wall that left side with the stable, from the walls to the stable, and then you'll be fine there as well until you have enough scrims to
The
defend.
left side to the stable.
Értem.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Építkezek.
Will I really be fine? We talked about the I have only one woodline thing.
Építkezek. Fát vágok.
Hmm.
Fát vágok.
I can just sit behind there, right?
Yeah, because I don't know. The problem is, it was the early defense that fucked us over. It's not like the fact that he has archers now. It's the fact that he has archers, and we already took so much damage to the men at arms. Even though we don't lose that many villas, you had so many idols, and it hurt your wood economy quite significantly.
Szolgálatát. Értettem. Építkezek. Fát vágok. Igen. Azonnal.
So like that defense wasn't necessarily bad, but the damage that came in from the men at arms before is what's causing us to take even more damage now. Definitely have to get a blacksmith and some upgrades now as the next step, and he will have another wave of archers coming in any second now.
I think we should
Oh, he's
just
at
go
the
for a new
castle
one.
age. Yeah, he's GG. Well, that was a pretty sharp game from him, actually. That was well played from him. Oh, I have to resign too. Fuck. I can't resign. I have
Alt
to. Oh, Alt F4.
F4
Yeah.
and enter.
It's not working either. F4, shut it down. Okay, cool. 1 second. In task. There we go. All right. Yeah. So that defense has to get better. Like that's you can't be at this level and struggle against 3-man arms. Even with that army, even without scouts, you shouldn't be taking this much damage. Like even you're saying you're struggling scout opening versus men at arms. I just think you just struggle versus men at arm opening. Even without any army, you should be able to defend against that. It's not that hard. Quick walls is a thing, but if you're having trouble with them, literally just preemptive wall. Think about, you have 2 minutes. Once you scout he's going man at arms, from his base to your base is 2 minutes. All you have to do is wall up all your resources or wall close to your TC, like just a few palisade. And then it saves you so much trouble. Like basically, if you did that, if you did the walls early, you would have a range and a blacksmith by the time the archers come in. 6 skirmishers will defend, and then after that, you will be up maybe a minute later since he's melee, and then hopefully you can survive with a skirmers and tower. But other than that, he just played really well. He walled up. He had like a really good map, and he had 20-minute castle each time, which was really really crazy. The thing is, if we defended versus the archers, he's up to cast stage a minute earlier with like 8 crossbows he had, so it's not that big a deal. It's really just all about defending those early archers.
Yeah, I just need to wall properly.
Yeah. You know what? Next game, let's try opening. Obviously, if the civs are favoring like this, let's try opening scouts or anything but men at arms, and we'll work on that walling because that's ridiculous. You can't be losing games to 3 men at arms like that. All right, he's going for a smoke break. I'll take the time. I'll get some water. I'll be back in 30 seconds. You could just launch without me though.
Okay. Guys, I'm still not reading chat. I hope you understand. It can be very tilting to lose games. And we can discuss some after the small breathing time after our last game. I know it's not very interactive, but I think it's the best way to keep the format alive. So stay this way. It will stay this way. Maybe I can talk here. Reading chat. Reading chat only after.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, remember the Chinese versus Aztec game? Remember how you walled to like the TC and you actually ended up full walling, but with that map, you could just wall to TC, wall the gold, for example, and then you're safe from men at arms. That's the kind of thing you have to keep in mind in any game. Whether you open men at arms, whether you open archers, scouts, drush, anything. Just make sure you're not taking unnecessary damage. Just a few pieces of palisade can really just save you the game there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no man at arm opening.
Yeah. Unless we get like a Civ for it, then it's okay. But in any case, we'll just prepare for what he's doing a bit better here. Because I really do think that if you can just fix the fact that like your panic mode when you're getting pressured, you become a pretty decent player. It's really just like you just overreact to the smallest things, and it causes everything to go downhill. Alright, Ethiopians. We could even still do a men at arm opening, but we'll just attack him and let his men at arms attack us, and we'll defend against them. One cheap.
Okay, well, we can also play. We can just play archer defense. We are playing against Incas. We kind of have to open men at arms, right?
Yeah, in case he goes men at arm tower. Although I don't think he will do that. So if you want, if it's unrated. Let's try going archer opening, and I'll show you how to defend against men at arms preemptively, like even before he attacks us. And just to get another player in like as an example, MBL does this a lot. So he'll always wall. If he's not full walling, if he can't full wall his map, he'll wall to his CC versus men at arm opening, so you're not able to do any damage really. So the best thing you can do is really just attack a stable, for example, if he's gonna go scouts. So it definitely is possible. We just have to prepare a little bit more.
This is such a map where I always go men at arms with that open gold and open.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll play on hard mode this game.
Open.
If you could do it with this map, you can do it with any map.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Well, that's true.
Alright, let me take off his X.
Just like my Tinder game. Also on hard mode.
Yeah, exactly. That's good stuff. Alright, so we'll go lumber camp where you did it, lumber camp here, and then mining camp. And I suspect he will go men at arms with Incas. If he goes men at arm tower, we're fucked. But we'll assume that he's gonna go just men at arms, and we'll play full, straight archers. His eagle's already here. I don't think he has the intention of landing, but he's just getting some early scouting information. Why don't we go ahead and scout him? We already have all our sheep. Let's go scout him, make sure we know what he's doing. I think you know what? From now on, we should avoid luring deer, just because you learn a lot more from scouting. Analyzing what he's doing and reacting to it is definitely the way to go.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking your boar actually. I didn't think he would lane, but he is actually taking it. Interesting. Yeah, good reaction. Take some deer. That's perfect stuff. And we should be able to stop it. So he's right here. Just block the eagle and you're fine. Not a big deal there.
Wolf!
Oh, the wolf line of sight there, yeah, fucked you over. But just run in front of the eagle, like, you should be able to kill the eagle even, not just stop the lane. Okay, stop the boar, no? He just barely got it. Okay, well he got the lamb off. It's not a big deal here. We're gonna go straight archers either way, so we don't really need too much food. Right. Make sure to scout his map, by the way. You're still missing a lot of information here. Yeah, after this field, do loop and click up, and if you have to idle, it's fine, I think. Debating. I don't know how much food you have. No, I think you'll have to do one more bill after this. Yeah, one more bill after this, maybe.
What?
Or idle, your call.
They're carrying some.
Yeah, it's fine. You can idle. It's not gonna be that late. Alright, cool. Alright, so 3 vills go to gold now, and
No,
like 5 on each.
Ethiopians.
Okay, 2 vills to gold. But the important thing is we want some vills on gold to wall them in now. Care with the scout there. Yeah. Alright, so wall in those villages on the wood, and then from this wood line, just do a few pieces of palisade there. I'm assuming he's going men at arms. I'm not actually sure. He has some vills on gold though, so we're assuming he's doing that. Yeah, just wall it in. Perfect. You don't even need these two. That's walled in. Cool. So you walled in your resources, wall in 2 vills on gold, and then that's it. We'll make the archer range close to our TC if we have to. And if he attacks our berries, we'll just run them back home.
Ah!
Oh, that's a mistake. That's bad.
I thought I clicked him home. He was kind of stuck there.
Yeah, he got put in the corner. Unlucky. Alright, in any case, make the ranges quite close to your TC, so make them right here on the front.
Why
Like,
shouldn't
really,
I
really
build them? I
close.
would always put them here.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because if he's going men at arms, he will kill the ranges if he's going men at arms.
Okay.
You have to make them close by. Just if you make them right here, it's really good. If anything, it's closer towards his gold as well, so. Go, good. Looks like he went 23 pop, men at arms.
That looks so Leary-like. Those archer ranges.
What? Oh yeah.
I would never build them like this.
If only all the other skills were Leary like, then it would be in a good position here.
Hey. Look at that.
Nice. Okay, it's 2 things Leary like, okay. Alright, we have wood upgrade, perfect. Alright, so now blacksmith right away, house, and then archer range production. Vills, you should be going to gold now. But only, yeah, he's got the men at arms, so that's why we have to wall in those 2 villagers. And now, with the first few archers, we clear the men at arms. And look, we're taking no damage, and there's no chance of taking us damage. If he hits that wall, just repair it, and all is good. There we go. A few farms now. All the villas can make farms now until you want to send to gold. Berries, run them, wall. 1, perfect, that's it. And if he goes to the deer, you run them, that's it. There's nowhere else you can do damage to. Alright, also transition villas onto gold, and now you can delete the walls around the gold. And you're fine. There we go, and this opening had nothing to do with going archers. This defense was purely walls, so regardless of what you did, you can always do this every game, and that's a much bigger difference than what we did last game versus men at arms. Alright, so now that he's running away, don't waste your time. Go straight across the map with archers, and then if he's gonna for sure swing back, and we'll have the archers that come out of our range to defend our gold anyway. So yeah, these archers go attack him. And yeah, you can even consider archer armor. It's pretty good against skirmishers. It could help out. Yeah, I would get archer armor here, definitely. Either that or horse collar. There, he already has some skirmishers, so we can definitely prepare a stable transition. Alright, cool. Now with the archers at home, you can defend the men at arms, and then you should be able to do damage to him now.
Oh boy.
He has some skirmishers, okay. Definitely need a stable now. Yeah, just drop a stable. Again, no panic, you don't have to panic here, just drop a stable at home. And worst case, we can run our gold vills. And you're already dealing damage to him. Okay, so he's pausing. This is good. This is actually a good time. So we're gonna do damage with our archers. So, by the way, I just want to point out that those houses you made on the side, they were nice, but a bit too early. Like you wasted some wood. We could have used that for stable earlier. In any case, though, we're gonna do damage with our archers. We have to make a stable at home and conserve our archers. So we need just 3 scouts to kill his whole army. So a few scouts, like 6 archers to kill his whole army. Whenever he's trying to hit our villas, we just run them now.
Yes.
And then we should be fine. Nice, we got a villager from him. He gets a villager from you. That's okay. You're gonna conserve the archers at home. Make that stable transition. All right, definitely should run the gold villas now. Kill his eagle. But yeah, you're dealing damage to him as well, so it's not a big deal here. Nice. Okay. Alright, you can kill his whole army now. He wasted his men at arms. Just make sure your scouts are targeting the men at arm first, and the eagle. Eagle's on 1 HP. Alright, cool. Nice, so a little bit of a trade in damage there. Now you have scouts and archers. He has skirmishers and probably eagles. You should win, but he should have the better economy to click cast Slate, so you have to keep that in mind. Get horse color. I think you should have got horse color before. Oh, you got archer armor. Okay, that's
Why?
fine. Yeah, horse color is good now.
Should I have gotten?
Why horse color? Because we make a scout transition, so we will need more farms in feudal. Therefore, we get horse color. All right, cool. So back up now. Back up with the army, and he's got a lot of army, so we have to use our ranges. We're not making anything from the ranges. So either archers or skirmishers now from there.
Should I go more scouts?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You can't just play no army here.
I thought we were playing hard mode.
not that hard. That'd be impossible mode. Yeah, could even consider some upgrades on them, like forging, for example, could be good.
I think forging is better.
Yeah, it's better than armor versus skirmishers because the skirmishers will do 1 damage regardless if you have armor or not. So forging definitely there. Important thing is the production though. Again, if he has too much for now, you can run back your gold, but you're fine. Nice. Alright, good. You don't have to fight if he's not fighting. Keep massing, and if he's gonna run back, then we can start attacking him, and that's the position we want to be in. Keep adding an army though. We're gonna invest into feudal age a little bit more here, and don't forget a couple houses very soon. Yeah, so now that he went back, you could actually start moving to attack him. He might have just clicked up, by the way. His score dropped, and we're still invested into feudal age, so we have to play accordingly. If you want, even go full feudal and get a tower forward. Could work. He has forward gold. Yeah, he's up to cast stage for sure because he's score dropped and he's attacking. Alright, make sure to not waste army here, yeah. Forward. Alright, start mining some stone. We're gonna do a full tower rush now and keep adding in some scouts. This is not the best strategy versus Mezzo. It's kind of risky because he has eagles, but we'll try to take a big fight here soon. Alright, take that fight. Archers snipe the spearmen, and then scouts clear all. Focus the eagles first.
Why not spearman first?
No, with the scouts, I mean.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was poorly microed. Could have been a lot better there for us. Yeah, at this point we're pretty much lost. Yeah, let's call it GG. The idea here is we have to kill that army and then pressure with towers, kill him up, kick him off gold, and then with scouts we can raid him. And then at home we're still safe. So even if he has eagles, we're still safe. But if you lose that fight, then it's definitely over. But you should have won that fight. I mean, he didn't have any upgrades on eagles at the time, and we had upgrades on scouts, so we should definitely be winning that fight for sure. Okay, other than that, as far as the men-at-arm defense, what do you think about that? Think it went a lot better than last time? That's for sure. We can agree on that.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, and What else to talk about? Okay, the kind of base trade that happened. You still played a bit sloppy, so like we want to run back our economy. It takes a lot of I guess multitasking skills to be able to micro at his base and to defend at your base. It was okay, but you still wasted a few archers. Some villas wouldn't pull back fast enough, like on the walls, for example. And yeah, overall it was messy, but at least you got the right idea. I think the best thing to take away from this game is how easily you can defend from men at arms if you just prepare for it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind we were a board down this game. It's it's hard, a kind of even matchup. So maybe we lost this one because of the laming situation. But I think there's still some stuff that we did well and some stuff we could work on from it. Yeah, also could have used the fastest stable transition. That's one thing that a better player would always have preemptively, kind of thing. So you wouldn't wait till the scrims come to you. The stable would already be there with a couple scouts by the time the scrims get there.
Okay.
Okay, I don't really have time for another game